Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. It seems like there was another big Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer leak today, and this time it was from Sony themselves. The call is coming from inside the room. So maybe they did this on purpose to drive more hype. Marvel is known to do this all the time. Leak stuff on purpose, pretending like it was someone else or it was an accident, but really they just did it because something really big is coming and they want to hype everyone up. Right on schedule, we see what you're doing, Sony. This is taking a page right out of Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo's Spoiler Bros books. So it does seem like the actual trailer is coming soon officially, the version that won't get everyone super banned for trying to post it online. This is how you know that stuff that gets leaked is actually legit. There was the leaked version of the potato quality version of the trailer with the temp visual effects that kept getting super banned earlier this year. Anytime something like that happens, all you gotta do is wait to see if Sony tries to remove it, super ban it, take it down, to know whether or not it's actually legit. So whatever they do wind up releasing officially this week, of course I will do all the videos for it, so be sure to subscribe to my channel to be the first to watch that, because I do think that something is coming this week. The really big leak this morning, right after the Oscars, came from a Sony distributor in Kazakhstan who claimed on their Instagram page, like their regular public Instagram page, that the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer would be releasing this Wednesday morning. And people have been saying, like streets have been saying for a while now, that the trailer would be releasing this week, so most people took this to be legit. This is the actual promotional post listing the actual release time on their page. Sony is known to release like little tiny teasers that will say trailer coming tomorrow kind of thing, like a trailer for the trailer itself before they actually release something really big. So this company posted this, many people spotted it before the company then took the post down, then promptly started emailing all the different websites reporting on the Spider-Man trailer, asking them to remove their posts. So the letter reads, "Request to remove post about Spider-Man trailer. Hello, my name is Akana, head of digital marketing and PR at Asgar Cinema, the distributor of Sony Pictures in Kazakhstan. We kindly ask you to remove the post regarding the release of the new Spider-Man trailer. The information was published by mistake on our site, and we sincerely apologize for the confusion it may have caused. We would greatly appreciate you understanding and cooperation in removing the post. Thank you in advance."
People are not ready.
Wow.
This is a very,
That's
this
crazy.
is stressful.
Honestly,
Here's the thing about this. Sony just made the official website for the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer active, like Sony proper, like the worldwide Sony organization. When you try to visit it, it no longer bounces you to the generic Sony.com website. If you've never visited them, Sony creates individual websites for each of the Spider-Man movies. They did the same thing for No Way Home several years ago when they released it, and they started posting trailers. Usually they just contain information about the movie. They're like a hub of information in different integrations, activations for the brand around the world with products, restaurants, all kinds of tie-ins that they do, and they use it as a big landing page for the actual official trailers when they post them. And they would only make it public unless they were about to launch the first trailer. And the main reason why Sony waited until now to release the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, because it's releasing long before Avengers Doomsday, so why did they release all the Avengers Doomsday teasers and then not release the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer? Most people believe the main reason is because Sony is releasing a really big movie with Ryan Gosling this week called Project Hail Mary, and they probably wanted to attach the trailer to it. Lord and Miller, the Spider-Verse movie people that are making Beyond the Spider-Verse right now, made the Ryan Gosling movie. Amy Pascal's production studio also worked on it with them, and Amy Pascal is the lead Sony Spider-Man movie producer, so a bunch of the people that made this Ryan Gosling movie also make the different Spider-Man movies. Marvel does the exact same thing with really big Disney movies, like they attached all the special Avengers Doomsday trailers, the 4 different ones, to Avatar, Fire, and Ash. So it just feels like the Sony company in Kazakhstan definitely leaked the trailer and they're trying to cover it up, but I do think they did get part of the leak wrong. Based on the time zone conversion here on their posts, the time that they list would actually have the trailer releasing Wednesday morning at 4:05 a.m. Pacific time in the United States, and no trailer from any studio, Marvel, Sony, Spider-Man, like literally any movie at all, not just comic book movies, have ever been released at 5 minutes after the hour. Also in America specifically, trailers typically release at either 6 a.m. or 9 a.m., not weird random times like 4 a.m. So I think it's one of those cases where two things can be true at the same time. Yes, the Sony company did publish a mistake and they want people to correct the mistake, but the trailer still coming this week in general was not a mistake. My only big hope, though, is that because this leaked, the Sony won't decide to hold the trailer for even longer as punishment, which they've been known to do in the past. Sometimes if there's a really big leak, Sony will just pull back and wait to release trailers till even later. Supposedly, the trailer that they'll be releasing, the official one, is also different from the leaked potato quality one from earlier this year too, like they just re-edited a new version of the trailer. If you did not see it before Sony started taking it down earlier this year, there was a potato quality version without finished visual effects that actually had a lot of brand new footage and confirmations on things that people had been thinking about the movie. Now you need to do, Sony and Marvel, is just release that official version of the trailer. But if you missed it, in the leaked trailer, there was a lot of footage of Sadie Sink's character with the Punisher behind the scenes as well, too, and it was reported during the movie she would be working with Punisher, helping him, and Punisher would be protecting her from damage control. During the leaked trailer, there's a scene of Sadie Sink speaking to Spider-Man saying, "You're a mess, Spider-Man. Don't get in my way. Otherwise, it won't just be your friends who don't remember who Peter Parker is," meaning that she knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, which would make more sense if she is Jean Grey and she has psychic abilities. She can just read his mind and instantly realize that he is Peter Parker Spider-Man. Supposedly, she's also the one mind-controlling the guards in the trailer, leading to the tank chase scene they released all that footage for last year. That was also in the version of the trailer that Sony did release, sort of like the cobbled together behind-the-scenes trailer. And Damage Control is trying to capture her because she is a mutant, and they brand them as dangerous. As you'd expect, a lot of mutant hate coming from the government. It would not be an X-Men-oriented story or a mutant-based story if the government weren't out for them. There was also a lot of footage of Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner in Banner form talking to Peter Parker. There were so many questions about why he turns back into the Savage Hulk, who messes with his mind, who better than someone like Jean Grey, who has psychic abilities and is going to be using them on other characters during the movie. This is basically how Scarlet Witch got him during Avengers Age of Ultron by messing with his mind, showing him all kinds of visions, driving him into a more savage form. But we have another mutant now in the MCU. There have been a couple recently between Namor and Ms. Marvel. This is her, Sadie Sink, on a stretcher being carted into the back of a damage control truck too. So it seems like during the movie they are able to capture her, at least briefly. But reportedly, she's not from the MCU universe originally in the same way that Namor and Ms. Marvel are. I don't think that anybody knows which universe she comes from or if she knew any other X-Men or mutants from her universe, but I believe that it's not supposed to be the same universe from the X-Men Avengers Doomsday trailer because that would be Famke Janssen's version of Jean Grey in that universe.
Some things never change.
We don't know how Sadie Sink's Jean Grey traveled from her universe to the MCU, if it was an accident or had something to do with the incursions because of what's happening with Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, or it had something to do with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man's spells in No Way Home, or it's some new explainer. You remember Sony tried to use the spells during No Way Home to explain how MCU Vulture got into the Sony Venomverse at the end of the Morbius movie, and then they promptly announced that the Morbius sequel that they were working on, the Sinister Six team-up movie, future Venom movies, other live-action Spider-Man spin-off movies had been canceled, and they were full-on rebooting the Sony Marvel Universe. This is actually the head of Sony, the Sony president, saying that they are going to reboot. We will unpack the rest of that big reveal in other videos too, like there's a Nicolas Cage Spider-Man Noir TV series that they're releasing this year that's technically part of that, but also not part of that at the same time. So there are a couple things that will survive the Sony reboot, like the Spider-Verse movies are going to be untouched. Beyond the Spider-Verse will not be affected by any of their live-action reboot plans. But I would not put it past Sony to just handwave and say that it's the spells in No Way Home that brought Jean Grey Sadie Sink to the MCU, and that's the end of it. Like, they won't dig into it that deeply. A while ago, it was reported she was supposed to be a mutant and have psychic abilities, so her being Jean Grey just made way too much sense, and I think when she was first announced way back last year, most people thought that she might be a version of Jean Grey, but there wasn't a lot of evidence at the time. We hadn't gotten any footage at the time, so there wasn't really anything to back up those rumors. Now we have all this brand new footage. More evidence too, Tremel Tillman was announced to be playing William Metzger in the movie in one of the main antagonists, and he's going to be the head of Damage Control, and he's prominently featured, the William Metzger character, in several anti-mutant X-Men-based storylines. More clues about why he would be going after mutants in the movie. Damage Control would become this big villain to the X-Men and mutants going forward in the MCU. Because they have Iron Man's drone technology that was a big thing in the last couple of years in the Marvel movies, I would not be surprised if they also wind up being responsible for the Sentinels, like Damage Control is responsible for MCU Sentinels. We actually just saw some comic book accurate 90s looking Sentinels in the X-Men Avengers Doomsday trailer, but because that universe is meant to be more comic book accurate, the backstory for everything in that universe is way different from what they're doing in the new reboot version of X-Men in the MCU.
Who will you be?
Probably the biggest example of that would be introducing your new Jean Grey, like major character, as a Punisher sidekick who comes from another universe. Everybody post all your reactions in the comments below and let me know who you think that Sadie Sink really is playing, if she's going to be a big character in Marvel going forward after this. There's a bunch of really big stuff happening this week. Supposedly, it's going to be a very big trailer week just in general because it is like the week right after the Oscars, so they're just trying to build on all the hype. Supposedly, we're going to get the Dune 3 trailer. Supposedly, obviously, like I said, Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer will officially release. There was a brand new Maul Shadow Lord trailer. We have brand new Invincible Season 4 episodes starting in a couple days. I'll be doing weekly episode videos for that. Then we have Daredevil Born Again episodes that are starting the week after that. I'll be doing weekly videos for that as well, too, obviously. And then The Boys Season 5 episodes soon after that. So we're going to be eating good for brand new episodes and really big trailers in the next couple of weeks. So whatever winds up releasing, of course I will do all the videos for it. Be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss any of that. Everybody click here for my much more detailed Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer video, and click here for all my Daredevil Born Again videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.